Hi, everybody. So, I'm doing a 30-minute psychic wisdom session for Matthias today, and I've actually done quite a few sessions for Matthias in the background, and this is the first time he's ever felt felt like sharing it openly with the collective. And there's a thing about Matthias's sessions are always very lighthearted, and there's always some very lovely feminine energy that enters in, and some of the warmest messages. And so I'm really excited to be exploring these goals for this session here, with the opportunity to share it with everybody. So I'm just gonna give you a little background. I've got it here in front of me, so I'm kind of reading it. So one thing about Matthias, he has a really lovely, like a fairy friend, and this fairy friend is not what I would to define as a spirit guide, but more like a soulmate that just that's there out of love and encouragement for your life path. And so I get to talk with the fairy and share messages every now and then, but the fairy is sort of like a fairy friend is not going to intervene on the life path, but is there like to encourage positive choices and happiness and that sort of thing. So okay, so the goals for this session, which there's a little bit of background, but there was some interest in exploring the energy of the turtle, and exploring what that means for Matthias's life path, and then also exploring, should I go to school or should I follow a spiritual path, and wanting to get a message from his fairy regarding all of this. Then wanting to explore the third eye, so opening the third eye, wanting to know how imbalanced the third eye is, and then if his fairy were to help with him opening the third eye, would that be too much to ask? That sort of thing. So it's all very, very lovely, and I'm really looking forward to getting connected here and sharing a message with you today, Matthias, and one that we can all enjoy. So let's see here. So I'm putting the intentions out there that I'm connecting with Matthias's fairy friend, and we're going to explore the third eye as it pertains to Matthias, his spiritual pathway. We're going to explore the avenues of the directions that you could take in your life. And then this is interesting that you're bringing up this turtle energy, because a lot of what I've been feeling over the last literally 2 weeks at most, I would say 2 weeks at most, it's been kicking in a shift in the way that I've been feeling aligned with my work, and it's been asking me to just simply slow down. And so there's been a lot more encouragement for patience. And so for you to bring up this turtle theme behind the scenes, is sort of like this turtle conversation is sort of reminding me about the messages I'm getting in my own life about patience too. But I'm not going to define it as patience at this time, because I want to actually keep it open-minded, and we'll just see what comes. So I'm putting all this out there. Everything is very quiet right now. And everything it's sort of a wise ancient teacher, and the teacher is actually a very massive male turtle. It definitely emanates masculine gender and is like the size of a mountain, and he is very, very old. And this turtle is slow because he's a mountain, right? And how quickly do mountains move? I'll let you answer that question. But he is a very old master teacher. And fairy friend is sort of like gives this fluttering effect and excitement energy, and what are sparkling stars that sort of emanate from her wings flapping, so delighted, like she's so delighted, and there's this sort of like shimmery energy that comes from her atmosphere. She's not getting in between me and the master teacher, but she's just like, woo, oh, and she's like super happy and excited, like really high pitched over here watching. But she's sort of, I'm here with you, Matthias, and I'm really enjoying this right now. But she's not getting in the middle of the conversation just yet. So let's see here. I love this old turtle. I mean, you nailed it when you're talking about connecting with a turtle. Where did this even come from? Because it just seems so out of the blue with what we usually explore, and this really like hit me with a surprise, and I didn't know what to expect. But now we're looking at a master teacher. This is like an actual old master teacher is a really massive turtle which looks like a mountain and with the turtle face and legs sticking out. I gotta slow way down in order to get this frequency right, because I'm more like on fairy pace, and I gotta slow down to this slow pace here in order to talk to this guy. I love him. I like him already. He reminds me actually a lot of you, Matthias, because there's something deep within himself and he doesn't realize how truly special he is. And I know that sounds strange because is this really how the turtle doesn't truly know how special he is, or you, Matthias, don't know how special you are? And there's the message coming from the turtle to you. And are you, a part of you is the turtle, but you don't realize it yet. But I don't necessarily see you as slow, like you're never going to change, or like the mountain that we never see crumble into the sea and then reborn into a mountain again. There's something about this timelessness and the movement of the mountain. It goes right under our noses, but we couldn't live with thousands and thousands and thousands of lifetimes and perhaps see the change of the mountain. The mountain is a very old thing. The turtle says, he shows me that there is a warm emanation that comes from deep within. And as he says it, he's also you saying it. You actually are saying it, but you're saying it to yourself. So it's very awkward. So here's, I see you, Matthias. Now I see Matthias is inside this turtle. Now when I see the turtle speaking, I experience Matthias is speaking. But then I see that this turtle is also speaking to you, Matthias, almost like a reflection of you is standing here. But you can see all the different dimensional ways that you are a part of this communication. I'm telling you, it's wise. I'm trying to make it, ground it for the human world so that you can relate to it. But if you could visualize it, if you could step into the visualization to see yourself standing here, or to experience yourself standing here before a mountain. The mountain has a giant turtle head sticking out. And then you see a part of yourself is also the heart of this turtle, but you also experience yourself as the turtle speaking a wise message back to yourself again. So there's a really interesting circle of wisdom going on here, and it's all coming from you. All along it was you. It's not out there. It's all inside yourself, inside yourself. And it's fascinating because the turtle, has this shell that it's sort of hiding inside of. So the most precious part of the turtle is within itself, isn't it? And so the turtle is sort of hiding in the shell, but that's the turtle, right? So there's another like turtle message going on here about the most precious part of yourself is within yourself, is within you. And now there's another message here about what are you hiding from? What are you hiding from? And if the turtle were to hide within the shell for a lifetime, the turtle is not going to get very far. And how is the turtle going to truly experience life within its shell instead of moving forward? Even if moving forward slowly is the natural turtle pace, there's nothing wrong with that. The point is the turtle must either choose to live or choose to hide. So you have to make that choice. You have to make that choice. All right, so we're bringing you into the turtle inside the mountain. I'm actually experiencing the mountain turtle. This old master teacher is actually you. Fairy is still watching from the sidelines, very excited. I want to see what happens if this turtle that is also you, this mountain, what happens if you were to actually move forward? I want to just see what happens here. You don't move forward. You stay in the same place. You continue to stand strong and tall in one place. This turtle is extremely at peace with his position in life and in this world. I say, what are you learning by staying in the same place? He says, come inside and I will show you. I'm walking into your turtle shell. It's amazing in here. There's so much color and so much sound and so much beauty inside of here. The world has never seen anything quite like this, and it's all hidden inside of a mountain, which is inside of a turtle shell. All we see is the outside, and we don't see what is on the inside, and what is on the inside of you is absolutely breathtaking. Is this world not good enough for you to share how beautiful you are? Like, we are worthy of you. Share your awesomeness from inside so we can adore you. It's sort of doing us all an injustice by you not letting all this magnificence from within yourself to come to the outside of yourself and to share it as a gift with this world, because you are a gift to this world. So you don't even have to share, you just have to be yourself, right? And then let this world appreciate you. But if you don't share yourself, then we'll never have the opportunity to at least get to try to appreciate you. And so who are you sharing all of this with? Your fairy? And we don't even get to it. We in the physical plane, we in the earth plane, we want to be your fairy too. We also want to be your fairy. we would like some of that beauty of what is basking out of your heart is gorgeous. Like, we want to bask in it. So there's something really wonderful about this. Okay, so Turtle within himself is thinking. He hasn't moved in a long time, and that's why a mountain grew on his back. And he was perfectly fine just being right here. But now he's starting to wonder if there's perhaps more to his pathway than to just stay in one place for a very long time and let the earth grow around you, but to perhaps be a moving mountain or a turtle that is free from the mountain by choice. He's still thinking. The turtle within you is still thinking about this. Fairy is still smiling from the side, very delighted about this whole conversation, and she loves being a part of it, but she can't say anything. It's just not her place to say anything right now. Wow, so scene is shifting because Turtle is still in deep thought, and I experienced something. You had asked her a question about your third eye, about it being in balance, and if it would be too much to ask her to help bring it into balance. This is kind of a dense experience, a denser, heavier experience, and there's something sadder in the way that it feels. Heavier, disconnected. And it's more so that she feels sad for you. It's not like what's the best way to put it? She sees how truly beautiful that you are, and you aren't seeing it for yourself, but you have to choose to see it for yourself. There are other things that you have to choose to see for yourself as well. And she wonders if the third eye might help you to see yourself the way that she sees you. But she says, no, it's your heart. She moves the third eye from you right here on your forehead and places that eye into your heart so you can see yourself with love. And she wants you to start seeing yourself with love the way she sees you with love. The thing is you would not give yourself credit for what you're capable of. Again, you must need to work on yourself. You must need to be doing more. But you haven't given yourself permission to acknowledge that you already are there. You already are ready. So you're going to continue to create sort of excuses or reasons why it must not be time yet. But you have to actually be the one to step forward. You have to be the one to put things into motion. And if you don't choose to put things into motion, then you will remain the turtle where the mountain grew on top of you. So you have to decide to move forward. But you have to follow your heart with that one. She says two things. One is, you know what you're capable of, and then she says, don't you know what you are capable of? She says that at the exact same time. She says those two sentences at the exact same time. You know what you're capable of. Don't you know what you're capable of? You already know, she says, what you're capable of. You must now acknowledge it, and you must now be it. Otherwise, you will remain in a shell. She would prefer to see you out of the shell. She would prefer to see a naked turtle fully exposed to the world, just allowing it to just be in this world. And she would be so delighted and so proud of you. She already is so proud of you. So it's like, no matter what you choose, she'll always be proud of you. But this idea, when this idea comes to her mind or her soul or her heart, she's just like, she has no facial reaction, no body language reaction to how full of glee and flabbergastedness she'll be. Like, she won't even know how to react because she will be so insanely proud. When Matthias chooses to let go of his shell and to step out naked into this world. But only when you step out naked into this world are you truly living. And now you're exposing who you truly are. And now you're able to stand as you are and to be as you are. And now to receive the gifts that you are worthy and deserving of receiving by just emanating your energy outward. Okay, so more to it here. So I see her tapping her finger on like a table while she's simultaneously tapping on your third eye. She says, is anybody in there? Is anybody home? But she's also tapping on the table like she's impatient. She's impatiently tapping. So again, she's doing two things at the same time. Is anybody home? I'm impatient. I'm impatiently waiting. It's interesting. So let's see where this goes. She is the impatiently waiting version, jumps onto the table and then flies up to the third eye, where the other version is sort of trying to look into a closed, like a blind is closed and trying to peer through the little cracks or something. And now she's looking at herself, and one is on one side of like a circular window and then one is on the other, and they're like talking back and forth and looking into your third eye, which is a closed window. They show me these two fairies, which are the same one, emanate a picture of an old woman who's sort of like a humbug, and closes the curtain so nobody can peer in. So she lives within herself. So instead of saying, well, she's just sort of living inside of her own house and she never comes out, now we are seeing Matthias is living within himself and not wanting to come out, and he's shutting the curtains on this world, not letting in the light, which the light comes from more than the spiritual dimension. It comes from this world too, but it also comes from within yourself, and sharing that light. Only then will you receive that light too. There's something about this. Both of them are kind of teasing and making jokes about you as being an old woman and like a humbug who closes the windows and won't let anybody in, but she won't let anybody within herself. If she won't let anybody into her house or even to peer into the window, she won't let anybody into herself either, as in into her heart. And so she's shutting everybody out, the whole world out. So there's something to this here. Let's see what happens next. Everything is quieting down. The two fairies are looking at me and they're sort of wiping the window clean, but obviously they can't clean it up from the outside. You've got to clean it from the inside. And to clean it from the inside, you simply have to choose to open the curtain. They're knocking and making a lot of banging noise on this window because you have to open up the latch. You locked it, and then you closed the curtain. I say this is a really interesting perspective, because if there's one thing I know about Matthias, is very sensitive and are very connected to the spirit realm. Very, very connected and sensitive, and a lot of heart energy going on here. So for me to watch your fairy now become two fairies and showing me this picture, I'm curious to learn more about why she is speaking about you as a psychic from this perspective. She is doing two things at the same time. One is she is looking at me and acknowledging what I said. The other one is she's still trying to get into the window. Just a moment here. Let's see where this goes. So it feels like something is changing. It's like we're revolving around, and it feels like things are changing energetically. I see time pass, and she has been at your third eye window for a very long time, and she's like, she's bored. She's sort of looking at her toes. Her legs are sort of kicked into the air, and she's looking at her toes while she's lying on her back, and she's created like a resting station, like right along the eyebrow ridge, and she's just resting there. And she's like painted her toenails blue or something. Like she's looking to see if she did a good job and if it's sparkly. Like if she likes this blue color or not. It's just like trying to pass the time doing something very boring for her. She finds this to be very boring time, the way to spend the time. And even for me, it's like, aren't you a fairy? Aren't you supposed to be outside, like with the flowers, not painting your toenails? She's like, well, I'm just waiting for Matthias. I'm just still waiting for Matthias. So I'll just keep waiting for him. I was like, well, wait. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for him to open his third eye? Like, what is that what this is? She says, well, he wanted me to talk about his third eye. I'm just waiting for him to open it. Open the window for me to come inside. And I was like, well, are you supposed to be inside his third eye? Is this, like, what is this about? And she's sitting upright and she's giggling and laughing at me. And she's clapping and she's like, oh, this is so funny. It's like a really silly joke she's playing or something. And she's like, didn't you see me move the third eye into his heart? I've been waiting for you to just say that there's no third eye for you, Matthias, so there's no reason why your third eye is blocked, because your heart is so full of third eye energy that you don't need this. You need to be continuing to work with your heart. So the sooner that you can acknowledge that your psychic ability is within your heart and not within your head, and it's always been that way, and that's how we got to know each other in the first place, then you can not, you don't have to ask me this question. Is it too much of a burden? Well, I'm just waiting for you to realize that you've been psychic all along and it's all in your heart. She's just like this. She's just kind of really cute, fairy like. And she loves you so much, and she hopes you didn't mind her playing a little teasing game to help you see how big and beautiful and wise and psychic your heart is. She really wanted to make a point so that you wouldn't keep looking here in the third eye, but you would start to see yourself in your heart as so as your spiritual vein, as your place, as your connection to the universe and to her and to everybody that you know in the universe. She actually hopes that it is okay if she could enter your heart and rest in your beautiful light. And to receive that is no burden at all. And she says that your third eye in your heart is the only place that I could ever, like, I would want your third eye in your heart, because if you want me to help you open your third eye, that means I get to go into your heart and I get to bask in your radiating light and your love, and I will delightfully just rest here and to laugh here and to dance here and to celebrate here for years and 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 years. I will grow a garden here. I will do, she's just like on and on and on about all these dreams that she could manifest here inside your heart. She thinks your heart is so beautiful. But you are a turtle, she says. And she shows me herself growing a really big foot and wanting to give you a kick in the rear to get you moving, because you like to stay, there's something about staying put, and staying firm with where you are, and then nothing changes. There's something about needing a new pace or a new breeze, as something of experience of change in order to see yourself with new eyes, or to get to know who you are differently through new experiences with others. There's something like this. It's just, there's something about, how would I explain this? Something about the activity of where you're living is can be as stagnant for your growth and development, because growth and development is wonderful and exciting and like an amusement park when we integrate ourselves into a community of people, or a place where we're exploring new ways of being. And new ways of being can be challenging. They can be also very revitalizing. They can include new nature pathways and choosing to ride a bicycle now instead of walking or running, or I'm going to get rollerblades this time. It could mean participating in a group, spiritual group, was something you wouldn't usually do. It could include like adding ingredients into your life, or a new life setting, or kind of a different pace. Just to change things up, to switch things up. It helps you to digest new frequencies, and the way that you echo or you react to those frequencies teaches you more about yourself. But if you stay in the same place, now a mountain will grow on top of you, and then you will just be still hiding with all this beauty and all this excitement and all this celebration within yourself. And it won't ever be a part of this world, because you aren't going to be a part of this world. But you can if you choose. It's your choice. It's whatever you want. It's whatever you want. But she says again, there's no burden with me helping you open your third eye. She just keeps looking at your heart and the third eyeball in your heart, and she's just like, of course I can open your third eye. Of course, I will open your third eye every day. I will just hang out here with your third eye. And she's just like keeps looking at your heart. And then she comes and gives your like right on your chest where your heart is, like she gives it a kiss. She says, I love your heart. I love your third eye so much. I love your heart. She still wants to see a naked turtle. But she says sometimes it can be hard when you get into a life. For the mountain to grow on top of a turtle means the turtle has been at peace with sitting in one place for a very long time. So you can imagine it can be difficult to get a turtle like this to move or to change. And so that's what she's saying about that. Um, But I tell her, you know what, no matter what about these images and about this message, I still see this turtle as a wise, old teacher. So the minute that Matthias starts to admit to himself who he is, and he's a wise, master turtle teacher, but he knows so much within himself. It's his time. He'll have to decide when it's time for him to be the teacher for the world. And just talking to Fairy like we're just having a conversation about you, but you just get to overhear it. Let's see. She nods. She says you're far more than just a master teacher. Because teachers, she shows me, teachers talk a lot and they help people find the master within themselves, but you're more than just a teacher or a talker. You would be like more wanting to dig in the dirt and show people things like in like not in a classroom setting, or not like you want to integrate them into your own world. Like, this is my garden and this is how I plant my garden, and these are the experiences that I love to have, and to be in an actual garden setting while you talk about your life and what life means to you, and divine feminine, and the extraordinary discoveries that you've had about your soul, and to tell stories and to sing songs, and that is who you are. Not just like the head of the class teacher, but you are so integrated into all these different aspects of enrichment, and you can enrich people's lives simply by being the earthy person that you are, and to welcome people into your life. But you have to make that choice. She wants to know if you believe opening your third eye is going to help you welcome people into your life. And when you welcome people into your life, you can start to talk about your experiences to them. And now suddenly they're saying, "Wow, you have all these spiritual experiences. Are you psychic or something?" And you'll say, "Well, I'm still working on opening my third eye." And she's like, "You're not working on opening your third eye. You have spiritual experiences all the time, and a lot of people don't have spiritual experiences and are not able to acknowledge them like you are, because you've already been working with the spirit realm all along, because your heart is so open and is so beautiful, and how could we not want to be around your heart? How could we not want to share messages with you?" And now you can work on that communication and share what the communication feels like, what it means to you, and bring those messages out to people. You could do it on YouTube, you could do it through writing, you could do it through starting just a group in your community, but you have to choose either change, or you will remain a turtle in the shell in the mountain. So you have to choose to decide. But you are this old turtle anyway. You really are an old teacher. But I love how she shows you as so full of enriching diversity in the way that you express your heart to people, and encourage people to remember love and the softer side. And there's something about the way that the spirit realm, like what the spirit realm means to you, that it would be very enriching for people to hear that. Very, very enriching for people to hear that. And to share it in your own words, in your own way, and from your heart, which is your third eye, which is the location of your third eye. So she's just like her eyes are really big, and she's just like, wow. she when she looks at your heart, and when she experiences your soul, and she experiences your emanation, she's just like, wow. She just really she just really sees so much in you and is really um, just, it's your choice, it's your time when you are ready, kind of thing. But she is always rooting for you. She is your cheerleader as well. So, everything is fading out now. So that's all I can share for this, Matthias. But that was a lot of fun, and that was a lot of fun. All right, I'm a little kooky right now because I'm still just disconnecting, and I loved all the images and all the different ways the message was expressed to you about who you are, aspects of who you are as a human, aspects of who you are as a spirit, aspects of who you are as a psychic man too, aspects of your fairy's personality, and just so many different perspectives on this message. I really liked it a lot. All right. Allowing myself to feel more disconnected from your spiritual atmosphere. Coming back into myself. All right, thank you, Matthias, for another really beautiful session. And thank you for doing it a little bit differently. Instead of me just getting to rejoice in these sessions behind the scenes, now other people get to rejoice in them too, because there's a lot of beautiful messages that come through your sessions, and now you are choosing to be a part of a collective instead of in your own world receiving, but now in a world full of all of us receiving. And it's sort of a beautiful gift that you're sharing with the world today. So it's really cool. All right. Well, thank you again. And for those of you watching, if you're interested in exploring a session with me, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you all, and I wish you all a wonderful day.